Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, August 27th. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, they are small, rare, and could bring the proposed purple line to a screeching halt. The Hayes amphipod, which is about a half-inch long, and the Kenk's amphipod are both found in the Rock Creek watershed, which is close to the planned rail line. A group called the Friends of the Capitol Crescent Trail says a section of the route threatens the existence of the shrimp-like creatures, and they filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Transportation. The group says development in the area could wipe out the animals. One is on the Endangered Species list. The other is a candidate for the federal listing.
And they do a function in the ecosystem. That is, they eat up old dead leaves and the things that grow around them so that things lower than they are in the food chain can have something to eat. And they form a part of that ecological niche wherever they can appear. And that's usually in very cool springs covered by trees. If they were to try to cut it down, these trees, and bulldoze these areas, including some areas where there may be hazardous materials, we would have to seek a preliminary injunction. But if they don't move that fast, then we'll have a chance to sit down and work together to design what's called a biological assessment, a supplemental EIS, and figure out how to do this right, so that there's a plan to save the amphipods and a plan to do east-west transit that makes sense.
Federal officials denied the project would have an impact on the animals.
The investigation into Maryland's flawed health insurance exchange deepens as federal auditors begin to issue subpoenas. According to the Baltimore Sun, the Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is conducting the probe and seeking information from the primary contractor hired to build the online insurance marketplace. The Sun also reports that the company's president confirms the document request. The state spent hundreds of millions of dollars on the website, and a large portion was federal money. Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown was put in charge of the rollout and heavily criticized after the site crashed the day it launched and then continued to suffer technical problems. Well, as the general election comes closer, there seems to be a clear frontrunner in the gubernatorial race, at least when it comes to raising money. According to the Baltimore Sun, Republican candidate Larry Hogan has raised $2.4 million compared to the $760,000 his Democratic opponent Anthony Brown has raised. A large portion of Hogan's funding reportedly came from a lump sum payment from Maryland's Public Financing Fund after the primary election. But while Hogan's fundraising is now essentially frozen, Brown can continue to raise money through the November 4th election. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.